Morning guys, Saturday the 16th of May 2020. Hope everybody's staying safe, being practical and keeping themselves out of harm's way. So we're up here today. Last weekend was a really doom and gloomy weekend. I haven't actually put that video up and I'm not sure whether I will or not, to be honest. I might take snippets out of it. Came up here on Thursday evening, and in the polytunnel I decided to put 12 litres of water in the bed where all the tomato plants were, and the cucumbers and the peppers, and it certainly looks like they've benefited from that. And I put 6 litres on the opposite side where the spring onions are and the butternut squash and the other peppers and the 2 recently transplanted tomato plants, and they look like they've benefited from it. Same evening I went over to the garden. Some of the plants were looking a little bit sorry for themselves, including the carrots, and I was really torn whether they needed water or not. So I hooked up the drill and the watering system, and I gave everything a really good soaking. But I got different results today. In the garden, the potatoes have thoroughly enjoyed it, and they've obviously made good use of that water, and they came on in leaps and bounds in just 3 days. The turnips seem to have gone back slightly, but not too bad. The butternut squash definitely didn't like it. The runner beans, they didn't seem to like it either. But then the lettuces did enjoy it. But the carrots are still struggling, and the cabbages are showing no signs of either growing. They still look healthy, but they're just showing no signs of growing, guys. I'm not sure what's going on there. As I say, after the wind destroyed all the strawberry plants, I did get them repotted and get them soaking, and left them soaking in a tray since Thursday evening to give them a good watering. And I'm pleased to say they've recovered and from the shock, and they've got themselves established again now. Some of the little suckers that I took off the tomato plants, I put those into plants, and they're actually trying to take now, so we'll give you a quick look at that later, guys. The kettle's just boiling now, so I'm going to have a quick cup of coffee and we'll catch up with you later on. Stay safe. Okay guys, so I'm back again. I've got the coffee poured. So just in case I don't put up last week's footage where I said about doom and gloom, the reason for that was basically we got gale force winds last weekend, and I mean gale force winds. I actually thought the wind was going to uproot the polytunnel and carry it off several miles. It was that bad. The frame and everything was twisting, buckling and shit. I've never known anything like it in the middle of May. I've never known all these frosts that we're getting in May either, but there we go. I only had a little bit of fleece, and that's over the lettuces that's in the growing area over there, and thankfully it appears to have protected those. However, lettuces ironically are actually frost hardy, but I have lost one tomato plant. I came in on Thursday evening, as I say, I came up to do the watering, and one of the tomato plants had gone completely black, and I don't know, I really can't work out what happened there. Same bed as everything else. Like I said, I've never known a year like this. I really haven't known a year like this. This was a well-established tomato plant, tall enough it had the string round, but it went completely black and it just died a death in amongst all the others that looked fine. So I obviously pulled that out, and then, as I said, that's when I decided to water that bed with 12 litres of water. Now, I don't believe it was a lack of water, I really don't, because the other plants were still looking fine. Whether it was in a draft in that particular location and the frost really got to it, or What? I really don't know, and I'll probably never know the answer to that, but it's irrelevant. So yeah, I've ordered myself, I don't really like the camera on the new phone, by the way. It's very, very grainy, and for long distance shots it's fine, but if you try to do close up, it's not the quality I was looking for. So I've actually ordered myself a semi-professional camcorder, basically. I've got a tripod now as well, and I've got lots of adapters now for the tripod, for my mobile phone, etc. I've got several of the little sports cams and all sorts. So we're going to just play around with this along with the wireless audio that I told you about last week, and one thing and another. We're just going to see how all this pans out. But this other camera I've got has a boom mic on with a wind resistance muffler on, basically. So we'll see how that pans out. It's got really, really good reviews. It was just shy of 100 quid, so as long as it's worth its money, I'm not. That's not really a problem. It's the quality of the video I'm looking for and the audio. So yeah. So that's just another quick update of some of the things and shenanigans I've been getting to. But I'm going to have this cup of coffee now, guys, and we're going to catch up with you later. So as you can see, I'm in the polytunnel here now. Just give you a quick look around in here, testing the tripod and the wireless microphone. You can see the butternut squashes seem to be doing okay. A couple of flowers on there now, 2 down on the bottom. The leaves are looking quite reasonable now. We've got the spring onions, which you probably can't see too well on the video, but they are actually coming on along quite nice. Then we've got the 3 peppers and 2 chilies. They seem to be doing okay. The 2 recently planted beefsteak tomatoes, they're doing really well. I've got a couple of little of these cut-ins that I put in. These were suckers off the other tomatoes, popped them into plants, into pots, and they seem to be taking now. They're taking a little while to get established, but they are okay. Some of the other ones down here have actually got have took better, but so there's still time for those yet. We'll just wait for those. Up here, excuse me, these are just 4 basil that managed to survive out of that full tray that I lost. I'm leaving them to come on because I will put them in the garden. Down below we've got the oriental spicy, we've got the dark basil, and we've got mustard. And we've only got 3 or 4 seeds germinated out of that lot. I'm not sure why the germination wasn't as good as it was last time, but there we go. They've been well watered. I checked them again on Thursday evening, but we have got a few that's come through, some haven't. So whether that was a different packet of seeds, so whether that plays a part or not, I don't know. The snow globe turnips, every one of them bar 1 cell has germinated, and they're doing okay. Then I've got my little French runner beans, little dwarf French beans. Basically every one of those, with the exception of 3, have came up. So there's about 5 plants in total. That's enough for me and the wife. There only is us 2 at home at the moment. And then we've got the purple broccoli and Brussels sprouts, and they've basically I've got about 5 or 6 of each of those plants, and that's enough for me. I only need those to survive and get them planted, and then we'll be fine. The strawberries up here are all now looking rather well, guys. As you can see, I've got one of the strawberries has got quite a number of flowers on now. I'm amazed these are even still alive. Last week I may put the footage up, I probably will, and I'll show you. The wind had basically taken all of those plants off the veranda from the shed over there when they were outside, and what it done is it just threw them straight off the veranda onto the ground. Everything poured out, plants and everything, and it was quite a while before I discovered them, so I don't know how long they've been laying there, and I actually thought I was going to lose the lot, guys. But anyways, they've been repotted and they've recovered. Not only that, one of them's now put out flowers, so that's a bonus. Down this side here, I'm not sure how well you can see this, to be honest, but I'll just turn the camera slightly so you can have a look, guys, and see if we can give you a better look down this bed. So down here we've got the tomato plants all looking really well. 1 or 2 are doing better than others. The big mama at the end is doing fine, even though I took out the main stalk. It's sprouted out a new one down here now, so I'll put the string around that one and let that side shoot come up. They're all doing relatively well, but I've got 1 empty space here, and this particular tomato plant just went completely black, and I'm not sure why that happened. I really do not know why that happened. It looked like these last Sunday, and then on Thursday evening it was black and dead. Two of the cucumbers are doing really well. The one in the middle is not. I'm probably going to pull that back out, put it into a plant pot with some fresh compost, and see if I can get it to come on again, and then retransplant it once it gets further established. The one down here, put down here, is trying to go for it now. It's really having a go. And then there's one in that corner also not, it's struggling as well, so I'm going to repot that one as well, guys, and give them the best possible chance to come on, because I do like cucumbers, and 2 plants probably won't be sufficient for me. So we're going to give that we're going to wait until, we'll see if we can salvage these 2 plants and then get them back in when they get more established. So for now, guys, I'm just doing this test. We'll see how this pans out, and I'll catch you later.